So they signed on the dotted line. George Kambosos and Devin Haney are fighting. It's official. Well, I'm not gonna say it's official until they in the ring throwing punches, because in this day and age, something can happen a day before the fight, and then the fight gets scrapped. But let's cross our fingers that they make it into the ring so they can throw these hands down for us to see. I gotta give big respect to George Kambosos, because I feel like a lot of fighters have been ducking Devin Haney, and George Kambosos is about to put all his belts on the line against Devin Haney. And big props, big respect to him for taking that type of chance. You know what I mean? Because a lot of fighters, they're just not willing to take that high level of chance right now. And I respect him for that. Technically, I feel like Devin Haney offensively is more versatile than George Kambosos. Devin Haney has a big variety of different punches that he can use, that he likes to set up. The only things that Devin Haney does that I don't kind of like sometimes is, I don't know, I guess sometimes when he's throwing his combinations, he gets a little bit predictable. Like sometimes he'll spam an attack more than once, or he'll spam a combination more than once. I feel like you can't get predictable with George Kambosos, because against Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos demonstrated an ability to be very poised in the heat of battle. You know what I mean? With punches going towards his face at a very high rate of speed and a high rate of repetition. He was able to maintain discipline and wait for his moment to strike. That overhand right that he caught Teofimo Lopez with, it came in a moment where Teofimo Lopez was just being very overzealous. He had his left hand down and he was pressing forward with no respect. George Kambosos seen the mistake. He timed that right hand perfectly and dropped him. It's basically the punch that won him the fight, in my opinion. Devin Haney sometimes looks a little bit chinny, so he can't get overzealous the same way Teofimo Lopez did, and think he's gonna just go out there and just take off George Kambosos' head, because George Kambosos showed he could take a punch. Even though he got floored in that fight with Lopez, he got back up and he was ready to bump, man. You know what I mean? He got floored, and in the rounds after him getting floored, he came back, just as good, if not better. You know what I mean? The guy has a ton of heart. He's really game. In my opinion, he deserves the respect for taking this fight. You know what I mean? But just offensively, I feel like Devin Haney has a little bit more to offer than he does. Chin-wise, he's been dropped, and I don't believe Devin Haney's been dropped. Devin Haney's been rocked. So to me, Devin Haney has showed a little bit of a chink in his armor when it comes to his chin, you know what I mean? But so long as his defense is up and his game plan is not to get in there and to really slug it out with George, but to more box him and just use his skills against him, then he should do good. But if you watched their pre-fight press conference, there were some words that were spoken, and I wonder if George Kambosos is trying to get into Devin Haney's head to get him to attack a little bit more aggressively, so he could probably time him the same way he did Lopez. I'm not really certain. Maybe I'm just buying into it a little bit too much, but I'm just excited for this fight. I think it's going to be a really good fight. To be honest, if I have to pick, I'm going to lean towards Devin Haney, but George Kambosos surprised me with Teofimo Lopez, because I thought Teofimo Lopez was going to beat him, and he beat Lopez, so he could beat Haney, man. It's anybody's fight. Anybody's fight.